What is up with you people? It's your boy Georgia and Roddy Bo. And look, before we even get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And look, so today we're going to be doing a video over Dr. Umar. He was on a news station doing an interview with a couple of members on the team. It got a little bit hectic in the newsroom. They were going back and forth. It's some good content that we're going to be just doing a reaction video over for you all. Let's just get started. You got anything to say?
You just told him the whole video.
Hey, we got to explain it, but you know.
Just told him the whole, you feel me? Listen, we just going to watch it though, you know what I'm saying? Watch it with us though.
All right, folks. Dr. Umar Johnson recently was on 105.1 FM out of New York, The Breakfast Club, with DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God. During the interview, Johnson talked about a whole range of issues. It led to him being the talk of Black Twitter last week. And a lot of people were questioning his educational credentials.
We don't get enough credit.
Now, people ask me, what can we expect from a Donald Trump White House for Black America? And the answer is real simple. You can expect exactly what you got from a Obama White House. Absolutely nothing. Black people know they're not American, but they will fight like hell to protect that identity because they don't want to be identified with who they really are, and that's being African. As long as you have a skill, you can always feed your family. But if all you got is college degrees, you might end up in the unemployment line. I'm a psychologist. Ain't too many black people running around looking for a psychologist to reveal all the skeletons in their closet.
I would want to go to
all right, folks, joining us right now, Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome back to the show. First and foremost,
first, before we get started, bro, the mustache, I don't know why he did that, bro. It's a beard.
I hate that, bro.
And then he got
anything like that. If
he
you
got
do
so
a
much
goatee,
Vaseline right here,
if
too,
you got
bro.
a goatee like this, and then you have no, you just look
weird,
bro. I'd rather you.
Easy looking at this whole reaction. I mean, I'm sitting here, you know, again, people asking all kind of questions, things are blowing up, and so many people jumped on saying he's not a real doctor. Okay, where did you graduate from, and you got your PhD?
My undergraduate education was from Millersville University, 3 degrees, political science, psychology, master's in school psychology. Subsequent to that, Pennsylvania certification as a school psychologist, which I've been for almost 20 years. After that, I got my educational leadership master's degree and principal certificate from Lehigh University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I earned my doctorate degree from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, American Psychological Association approved program, one of the top psychology training programs on the East Coast. 6 degrees in all, and anyone can lift up a telephone and call and verify those degrees.
Come on now.
So when you see folks who question your degrees, your response?
It's because my narrative is a whole lot different from the average mainstream black scholar. I don't parrot the narrative that the American social order wants black scholars to parrot. I tell the truth. I don't scratch unless I itch, and I don't dance unless I like the music. And because they're not used to having...
That's a bar right there.
He said, I don't scratch unless I itch, I don't dance
unless I like the music, bro.
If you putting on that, if they putting on, what's the name of that song, bro? No Disrespect, bro. What's that one song, bro? You gonna have to bleep this. What's the name of that song, bro?
That's no racist on this.
Don't wanna leave, I just wanna be here by your side.
You wanna play that right now? That's a vibe right there.
You make me feel I believe that we here.
When it comes to music, I really do this music thing. Like I don't really flex a lot.
Hey, look, put in the comments if you want him to drop a playlist.
Hey, listen,
vibe.
they don't even put in the comments. Y'all want me to drop this playlist, especially if you men and you trying to get us. You know what I'm saying? We gonna leave that alone. But if you want something, listen, hit me. Hit the comments. Let me know if y'all want it, and it's done.
And someone with a traditional education posit non-traditional views, people will automatically start to question his credentials. How did he get this far believing what he believes in? Well, you have to play the spook who sat by the door. When I got accepted into those 3 universities, they didn't know what I believed in. They didn't know what I stood for. But as time went on, it revealed itself. But I'm unapologetically African, so I'm not really concerned with what people think about me personally. I have a job to do, and that is to awaken the sleeping consciousness of African people, not just in America, but all across the world.
One of the things that you said during the interview, you said that Mandarin was one of the official languages in South Africa.
Yes, sir.
And others said you were dead wrong.
Yes, because I didn't clarify that I was speaking of it being an official language in the public school system of South Africa. So I should have clarified that Mandarin is an official language in the Republic of South Africa's school system. It's not an official language in the country, it's an official language in the school system. And I was speaking of schools, but I didn't clarify that, so that's my responsibility.
Also, during that particular interview, you talked about a variety of issues that also got people talking. One of them dealt with your views on interracial marriage.
Yes, sir.
And so, and so explain that for folks who did not hear it.
Certainly. Simply put, any black man who is with a woman who's not an African herself is going to have a difficult time getting respect from me. I believe black men need to be with black women. The black family is under attack. Only 1 out of every 4 black women gets married. The black woman is last likely to get married. She's the last married, the first divorced.
That's a shame. He said 1 out of every 4 black women gets married.
But the thing about that is that a lot of black men are in prison. So then, with that being said, that lessens the odds of a black woman being able to find herself a black man. Does it make sense? You know what I mean?
A lot of black men is messing up.
But I'm saying, a good majority of black men are in prison.
I wouldn't say it's not enough to the point where 1 in 4 black women shouldn't get married to black men. Are they saying getting married in general?
I would say yeah.
He said 1 in 4 and getting married. They're still, even if it ain't a black man, they just black women ain't getting married.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? And we got flavors over here.
Many flavors. Milk chocolate. The melanin be popping, man.
Let me get my flavors off. Caramel.
Talk to him.
Milk chocolate.
Talk to him.
Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is healthier for you. That's the route you need to go.
And it's rich in flavor. You know what I'm talking about?
You got that. You got the pistachio. You know what I'm saying?
You want to count albino?
You got that peanut butter.
Albino is part of the culture too, bro.
That's vanilla.
Yeah, that's vanilla.
We got vanilla too.
We got them all. That's crazy, bro. Only culture that got all the.
We got flavors.
All of them, bro. That is wild,
It's your pick of the litter. You feel me? So what is the problem?
How you feel about that? He said he doesn't have any respect for black men that don't
white women.
I wouldn't say I don't have respect for them. But they won't be able to fully understand the struggle of a black man or being black.
That's true, but as long as the love is there,
the love is there.
You can't really.
But I'm not gonna sit here and judge. He's super like
he got an image.
He's extreme towards it when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Hey, but Black Queen, send in your resume. You feel me? Let's get back to it.
We have what? 2/3 of our children being raised by working class and impoverished single black female-led households. The destruction of a nation begins in the home of its families. And if we want to save black people, we have to save the black family. And in order to do that, black men have to commit themselves to black women.
So when you talk about not getting your respect, so if that's the case, you're saying President Barack Obama didn't get your respect because his dad married a white woman?
Oh, not at all.
With Harry Belafonte?
Not at all. I want to be very clear about something. As Pan-Africanists, the product of an interracial union is an African. I have heroes who are biracial. Some of the grandfathers of Pan-Africanism were of mixed racial ancestry. You don't blame a child for how they got here.
But I'm asking you this here. Harry Belafonte has a white wife. No respect for him?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your social status.
So no. I didn't say social. I'm talking about the one who put the work.
Right, but you put him out.
No. I'm asking you. So Harry Belafonte.
Yes, sir.
Sidney Poitier. Julian Bond, Vernon Jordan.
And you're naming all them to say what?
No, these are all African American who have
done some good things.
But he stays true to his word, so no matter who you say, he's going to say
any black man who has a white woman will not get your respect.
Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
And what I'm telling you is this. I don't care who you name.
Let them know.
I don't care how much work you did for black people. Your greatest commitment to black people is being committed to a black woman. It is still a contradiction. No matter how much you think you did for the struggle, if you really were concerned with black people, you would have committed yourself to a black woman. So it doesn't matter how successful they are. It doesn't matter how great you may claim them to be. At the end of the day, you didn't think enough about your own people to marry a woman who looks like you.
I dibble and dab too, but you ain't got married yet.
Yes, sir. An ancestor of mine.
So when you say ancestor, what does that mean?
Let me break it down.
Because again, some have said you tried to claim that you are a descendant of Frederick Douglass.
Okay. So let's deal with that.
So hold on one second. Here's a statement from the family. Let me go ahead and read this.
There was no need to even bring this up, bro.
The family, Frederick Douglass, has received numerous inquiries about Umar Johnson, questioning his relationship to Frederick Douglass. There have also been questions about his legitimacy of his PhD and the handling of the donations he's received for his school that he is promoting. We can tell you with 100% certainty that he is not a descendant of Frederick Douglass. With that being said, Mr. Johnson is very careful not to bill himself as a descendant, but he doesn't correct people when they refer to him in this way. He calls himself a blood relative, which is a nebulous reference designed to make people think he is a descendant. We have researched his explanation of being a blood relative to the great abolitionist. Some of the information he provides is accurate, but an extremely important piece of his explanation with regards to a documented relative of Frederick Douglass is false. The information he recites correctly is from the public record, so his knowledge of our family ancestry is far from definitive proof.
Two things there. One, he's not a descendant of Frederick Douglass, okay? I would concur with that.
Concur,
all right?
I like that.
But then two, you also heard that some of the things he says is correct. So the question becomes, he's either related or he's not, okay?
So are you related?
I'm about to answer your question,
okay.
If you allow me to do that. I am a blood relative of Frederick Douglass. My name is on the family tree. We have a family reunion every 2 years. What they're talking about, and I want to make sure you're clear, they're talking about whether or not I come through the loin of Frederick Douglass, which I do not, nor have I ever claimed, okay? I have more videos on YouTube than any other scholar. I've seen around the world more than any other scholar. Show me where I've ever said I was a descendant. I've only claimed one thing, kinsman. How am I kinsman? If you ever read any of the autobiographies of Frederick Douglass, he talks about growing up on Tuckahoe Creek with Cousin Stephen. Cousin Stephen is Stephen Bailey, Dr. Umar Johnson's 4 times great-grandfather, whose grave I just visited last week. I go every year. Okay, that's my 4 times great-grandfather. He married my 4 times great-grandmother, Caroline Wilson Bailey. From that union came my 3 times great-grandfather, George Washington Bailey, the first black public school teacher on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. He married Grandmom Annie. They had Grandmom Caroline. Okay, she had Grandma Vivian. Grandma Vivian married a Spanish-speaking Cuban immigrant, Grandpop Cicero. They had Grandmom Ida, who's still alive, who married James Johnson, who had my father Jamal, who married my mama Barbara, and from that union I was born. I am a blood of Bailey. I am not married in. What they're talking about is strictly descendancy, something I've never claimed. Am I a kin? Do I directly come from the loin of the first cousin and potentially have brother Frederick Douglass? And the reason I say potentially, the slave master who owned our family, a white man named Aaron Anthony, raped Frederick's mother and raped Stephen's mother, my ancestor.
His nephew.
And there's significant evidence to suggest that. Some people could still argue, though, that they were not brothers because it's not conclusive. Fine, throw that out. I'm still a kinsman because I come through the blood of his first cousin.
You talked about, again, respect.
But he be
I don't talk about respect. I get tremendous respect.
I like you, bro.
I'm not talking about that.
Because he knows. Once you know, then you know.
Do you respect Frederick Douglass?
Obviously, yes.
But he had a white wife.
He did.
So that's what I'm
saying.
I'm a clarify.
Why is that an issue? Why is that? If you put in the work and you have the history, who cares who you marry?
I already answered that question, and I told you I don't care how much work you put in. If you don't commit yourself to a black woman, ultimately you wasn't totally committed to the struggle.
Even Frederick Douglass.
Even Frederick Douglass has to be criticized, as I did on the Breakfast Club. Now it has to be put in context. He didn't marry the white woman until he was an old man. After his wife Anna Murray Douglass of 50 years, a blue-black chocolate woman through whom all my cousins were born. He was an old man when he did it, but nonetheless he did it. And yes, he has to be criticized on that because a black man needs to be with a black woman, and it is a contradiction. I don't care how much work you think you've done for black folks to not commit yourself to a black woman.
Hold tight 1 second. I got more questions when we come back.
I would argue the reason black men marry white women is because they wish they were white themselves, and having the white man's prize, his queen, is a psychological symbol to myself that I am equal to him.
At the end, bro.
I don't know what
We're back with Dr. Umar Johnson. In that particular statement, the family also addressed this here. You talked about taking over the buildings or the land of a black school that was shut down.
Yes, sir.
HBCU
St. Paul's College.
And you were raising money for it. First of all, how much money has been raised, and what's the status of that project?
Well, St. Paul's has been sold. Approximately 3 to 5 months ago, I was told by the auction company in charge of the sale that it was been sold to a developer.
So how much money was raised? People gave. All kinds of people gave. How much was raised, and what's the status of that?
$700,000, and the status is we're still looking for a school, and the status is my start date for FDMG will be 8/21/18, or if at all, it may be delayed to 8/21/19, which is the anniversary of the Nat Turner War.
When you say looking for a school, why not start a charter school? I mean, you can start a school.
Because charter schools are owned by the state, and I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe what is to be done for black people must be done by black people. Why do I want a charter school?
So you want a private school?
Exactly. Independent school.
Lauren.
So the question of interracial marriage, come on, man. You're too smart for this. We got 43.
Smart for what?
We got 43 million black people in this country.
And that
we got
means
over
what?
190 million white people. You're going to sit here and say that if a black person, a white person get married, a black person, a white person get married, one can't understand the other person's struggle?
Bruh, they cannot understand the full struggle. The fact that she's trying to fight on that, there's no way even possible.
No, this is what you got to say. They maybe can't understand, but they can more so empathize.
But they can never
to know how the stuff that we're going through on a daily basis. Just they'll never know.
Just put it like this: man can never understand the pain and struggle a woman goes through a pregnancy.
They can,
but we can empathize and be there for the women through the struggle. But we can never really understand it and feel it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
that's all he's saying, which is true. But I don't think it's an excuse to be like, nah, you can't marry them.
Yeah.
If the love is there, the love is there.
You've seen Tim Wise, right? You've seen Reverend Wallace. You've seen white people who understand racism very well.
That doesn't mean they're going to do anything about it.
The other thing that is obviously true is they understand racism when you see things like the murder of Medgar Evers, like the murder of Martin Luther King. They understand racism.
And what did they do about it?
They understand us gaining just fine, and that's why murder happened.
Based on what?
Yeah, let's pick it up.
Somehow a white person can't understand the struggle?
I could care less what they understand. I'm asking you, what have they done systematically
to
improve the opportunities of white folks? He did not tell me that.
Yes, you did tell
He did not tell me that.
You're going to tell me that guys like Tim Wise and Reverend Wallace don't understand race in America?
Wise?
They don't understand race in America?
Articulate racism.
So
I don't know who they are.
There are no white people that understand race in America?
There's not a white person in America.
There's no white people that understand race in America.
There's not a white person. There's not a white person in America who has ever worked to systematically eliminate the white privilege that they benefit from vis-a-vis your oppression.
You're lying. You know 190 million people in America.
So they want to keep that white privilege, that power.
We're not. I
called me a liar, and you're
well. It's a fact that you're lying. It's a fact that you're lying. It's a fact that you're lying.
I understand you.
To say that.
No, everybody, 1 second. Several things I don't allow. I don't allow the N-word. I don't allow coon. We can talk to one another and disagree, but I do not use racial epithets against black people.
That's fine, but he called me a liar.
No. Racial epithets will not be used on this show.
And that's fine.
By anybody.
But how we talk to each other.
You can say whatever you want, but no racial epithets will be used on this show about black people to black people. Eugene, your question.
So,
first off, if you're going to go by, at least have a smooth leaner.
You know, I can respect it because he's not trying to get none of that spray. You feel me? Yeah, he gotta get me barber.
Yeah, come on.
I tried to give you some
from your perspective,
bro. You gotta get a new
Civil Rights Act isn't an act of white folk stepping up on behalf of black folk.
Oh my God.
Criminal justice reform legislation movement isn't a current act of white folk stepping up on behalf of black folk.
On national television.
The civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s isn't an act of white folks stepping up on behalf of black folk. I'm sorry, as an American, because I define myself as an American, as an African American.
Sure you do.
I live in a country that moves forward together. And I say that as a Republican. We move forward together. Yes, we have individual struggles. Yes, we have struggles. We have systematic disproportionality.
Finish in 15 seconds.
We have systematic struggles, and together as a country, moving forward to defeat those struggles.
Really? So, based on what you said, I want you to give me examples of white folk, not individuals, but systematically. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Can I finish?
Go.
Okay, I'm going. Okay. You cannot name anything systematically done ever in this country by white people to equal the playing field for black folks.
Let them know! Congress literally sits behind us. The Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act.
Are you
Most of them.
Are you aware?
Hey, can
Most of them.
White people are proud of you, son.
Scott Bowden. I think the terminology and the narrative being used is a little misleading, not from you, but from this dialogue right here.
This the only one talking
it's one thing to
facts, bro.
sympathize with the struggle. It's another one to empathize with the struggle. Very different. When you talk about marriage being a political choice, and that one of the arguments that you made that I tend to agree with is that if you don't marry a black woman, then she can never support and comfort and value your day-to-day struggle as a black man. That being said, I do think that the level of the rhetoric that you use in regard to your Pan-Africanism is difficult for many of us, quote, in the mainstream to get our arms around. But this issue about black men and white women in the civil rights struggle is not a new discussion. My mother was a civil rights activist in Chicago, and she would often complain privately that, one, you can't sleep white and talk black, if you will. And that's always been in the American struggle, African-American struggle with ourselves. The other thing is that we struggle with our own psychology about self-love and otherwise. And if we get our arms around that, that does make sense. Okay?
But you would have to say that you know 190 million people.
But you're being too
one second.
You would have to claim that.
Individuals don't matter.
You'd have to claim
that.
that.
No, go ahead and respond. Go ahead.
And I agree with my brother's comments. Brother Scott. He brought up the Civil Rights Bill. But what he did not talk about in relation to the Civil Rights Bill is there were two words included in that bill that ultimately served to take away from black people what that bill was intended to deliver. They added gender and they added sexual orientation. And as a result of that, white women and homosexuals have been able to strip black America from the intended gains of the Civil Rights Act. So there was still racism in that bill if you will study that history.
So Umar, your question was, has anyone black systematically done? I mean,
we almost done, so I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm not gonna hold you, but I want my 40 acres and my mule. And I believe
what is that, reparation? Reparation, brother. We're the only what is it? Ethnicity that hasn't gotten reparation. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I want my 40 acres and mule. I'll take my property in California, please. 40 acres and
But you think about it, bro. Native Americans, they really.
Just give me, hold on.
Go ahead.
I want my 40 acres in California, preferably SoCal. I'll take Northern California too. And I don't want a mule, you feel me? Just give me a goddamn Honda Accord with that same type of horsepower.
You feel me,
You know
bro?
what I'm saying?
But honestly, bro, Native Americans are the true ancestors of California, bro.
You know what they were saying too? I heard that.
It's crazy that we even have a holiday celebrating Christopher Columbus, and yeah, he killed off all the people. He came and stole land, bro. Why are we celebrating a thief? Remember Christopher Columbus? No, he came to the New World. There were already people here.
Yeah.
And he stole land.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Ain't no way to sugarcoat it, bro.
He stole it?
Bro, it was originally the Native Americans' land. And then...
Did they fight for it? They had war?
Yes.
They had a war?
They killed him off. And then Mount Rushmore as well. It's this dude on TikTok, he talks about it. And he talked about how there was originally black people that were on the land of Mount Rushmore, but they killed them all off as well, bro. It's a lot of areas in the United States that they kill people off.
I know that, but the United States was built off of death, off of greed, off of selfishness.
That's facts.
So
that's
it's
facts.
not like this stuff is new to me. We still see that today, so it's like
that's true. Very true, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But that's sad. Shout out
to anyone white ever systematically done anything
systematically white America.
So LBJ would be the answer for that.
No,
because that's the government.
No, I don't think you heard the question.
That's a systematic move.
No, you didn't hear the question.
No,
you did not. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
You're so quick to defend white folks that you're not listening.
No, I'm not trying to defend white folks.
I have 45 seconds, so restate the question and give an answer. Okay. Got 45 seconds. Let's get an answer.
The question was, what has white America done?
Right.
Not individuals. Systematically. You won't even let me finish.
Yeah, because you
come on.
Finish literally 20 seconds.
There is no bigger system than the
20 seconds, I'll finish. And in 20 seconds, I would say that the panel that you have here, who are extremely intelligent, do not represent the everyday black man and woman struggles, and then because of that, they cannot articulate.
And you represent 43 million people.
Weekdays on TV.
Well, look, man, that wraps it up with just another video, reaction video. Look, if you like the video, make sure you first share it, subscribe, and like.
Also, you always forget this.
Go ahead.
Turn on the alerts, man.
Oh,
you
yeah, my
keep
bad,
telling
my
them
bad,
that.
my bad.
Turn on y'all alerts and y'all know when we dropping videos. The content is going to be there, you feel me? Just turn them on so y'all notified when we put some on there, and y'all can watch it like that. You know what I'm saying?
And look, we'll catch y'all later, man.
Have a superb life.
Please make more.
It sounds very chill.